Want to get rid of your belly fat? Here's how. My name is Amy Kandetsky. I'm a registered nurse and certified hormone specialist, and I help women get to the root cause of their symptoms so they can achieve optimal health and thrive. So typically the reason why you have belly fat is due to excess cortisol. I'm sure a lot of you have heard a lot about cortisol, but here's why. I want to explain why cortisol is the root cause of your belly fat. So you have 4 times the receptors for cortisol in your belly. So if your body is pumping cortisol all day, then it has nowhere else to go but in your belly, right? So if your body's really stressed out, it's going to be secreting more and more cortisol. And then what happens is when you have a lot of cortisol in your body, it actually slows down your liver. It makes it more sluggish so that you can't detox the cortisol, right? So now you're producing all this cortisol and then you can't get rid of it. So I want to talk about some other things that are happening in your body that's preventing you from losing the excess weight, and that's what might be causing the excess cortisol. So I'm going to tell you about 5 things that how cortisol really affects the way your body is functioning. Okay, and why we need to reduce cortisol. It is the top of the hierarchy. When it comes to hormones, cortisol is at the top. Then you have insulin, and then you have your sex hormones and your thyroid. So in order to address the insulin and the hormones and the thyroid, we have to address cortisol first. And so when we have excess cortisol, your body feels stressed, then what's going to happen is your thyroid's going to slow down. You're going to be more bloated because your body's producing less and less stomach acid. Again, we talked about liver being more sluggish, not being able to detox well. It really puts a strain on your adrenal glands. And so it's stressing them out, right, all day so that your body doesn't feel safe anymore. It's also going to cause high blood pressure. It's going to cause high blood sugar, which then causes high insulin. And so it's very damaging to the body. So what are some things that we can do to reduce our cortisol? Number 1 is going to be sleep. Sleep is such an underrated tool to lower cortisol. When you get less than 7 hours of sleep, your cortisol is much higher the next day, which then increases cravings. So cortisol will also increase cravings, binging, all of that. It's also muscle wasting. So it actually, when you have high levels of cortisol, it actually takes muscle for energy versus fat. So you're going to be losing that muscle that you work so hard to build when you have high levels of cortisol also. So we talked about sleep. You want to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You want to be eating within an hour of waking. And you want to be eating every 4 hours after that until dinner. I like at least a 12-hour fast. And then you also want to be balancing your meals. So with protein, fat, and fiber. So we don't want too many carbs or too little fat, because that can put stress on the body too and cause blood sugar imbalances. Every time your blood sugar drops, cortisol spikes. And again, cortisol affects your sleep, so it decreases melatonin so that it's harder for you to fall and stay asleep. So a lot of my clients complain that they're waking up in the middle of the night. This is due to cortisol because your blood sugar is dropping. So something that we can do at night is wear those blue light blocking glasses. I don't think I have mine right next to me, but but not just the blue light blockers, like the red tinted ones. I think the ones that I use are like ZMs. And I just got mine on Amazon, but it helps tremendously. Lower the cortisol, signal to your body to start producing melatonin so that you can fall and stay asleep. And then lastly, I recommend my cortisol supplement pack. So it's 3 different supplements in one drink. I'm actually drinking it right now. And it's going to really target your gut-brain axis. So it's going to help with not just lowering cortisol and inflammation, but it's going to help with mood and energy and mental focus too. And I noticed a huge difference with just belly fat alone and my ability to handle stress once I started this. And I've been on the products now for 3 months. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link in my bio. And at the very top, when you click the link at the very top, when you open the website, it has cortisol supplement packs. And there's 3 different flavors to choose from. I honestly like all 3 of them. So otherwise, book a free discovery call and we can talk about, to see if cortisol might be causing some of your symptoms, what we can do to address it. I test for cortisol too, if that's something you're interested in. So I hope this was helpful. I'll see you on the next one.